Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ange, and this video is going to be about all of the series that I still need to finish. So this could potentially be a very long video. I'm going to try to make it as short as possible. There are a lot of series that I either need to finish or are still coming out with books. And I just wanted to sit down and talk about those with you. Also, yes, I chopped my hair and dyed it, so there's that. So per usual, I did not really think anything through as I'm sitting down to film this, so I'm going to hop on my Goodreads and figure it out that way. I know quite a few of them off the top of my head, but I'm going to try to do this. I'm going to try to do series that have books coming out at the end of the video and do books that like I've already started the series and all the books are out. That might be hard because okay, we're just going to wing this. You know what? Screw it. Okay. While I am scrolling down, the first series that I do need to finish, and actually my husband and I were just talking about this morning, is to finish I think it's called the Inheritance series. I think that's what the actual title of the series is called. It's the Aragon books by Christopher Paolini. And I think he might have actually read them. And I read the first 3 and started on the 4th. That was like way back in like junior high, in the beginning of high school when I was reading on my Nook. But then my Nook like completely crashed out and just pooped on me. And I didn't get to finish the final book. So that is the first series I want to finish. And we actually want to get the books so that we can just like both have them and be able to read them when we want. This was a weird series. Like I enjoyed it, but I think I would like it more now, having read more of the books that I've read and just kind of knowing what I like. And I think I would actually really enjoy it a lot more now. I remember bits and pieces, but I really want to reread them. Has anyone read those recently? I want to, like, I don't know. I really want to read those again. Okay, there's another series. I got to figure out how many books are in this series. I think it's done. Oh, that's interesting. There's, like, novellas in this. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever heard of The Warded Man by Peter V. Brett. I read this back in, I think it was almost right before I graduated high school, possibly. My brother-in-law suggested it to me. I read it at his house when I visited down in Atlanta and came back to Iowa and was like, okay, I want to read these. It's called the Demon Cycle series. And apparently there are some novellas in here that I did not realize. But it is a 5-book series. I have read the first 4. And it's a really weird book series. Basically, these demons rise up out of the core of like the earth at night, and you have to use like wards to protect yourself of them. There's fighting. It's really cool. I actually really liked it, but I need to finish that. So I need to read that one, and I probably won't read the novellas. I don't really care for that too much, especially with this series. I want to read the final book, which honestly, the final book came out in 2017. So yeah, it's a very interesting series. I liked it a lot though. So technically, I think there are still books coming out in this series because I think she just released another one. So I guess I should maybe wait to put this one at the end, but I'm not. Oh my gosh, why are there so many? I'm not going to. I think that's a different book. And that is the Outlander series. So I was actually, and I'm going to include another one which also is continuing to come out, which I was thinking it was done, but it's not. And that is Game of Thrones. So when I was reading Outlander and Game of Thrones, I was reading one series and then going to that, like then one of the other series. So I was like alternating between those. And if you guys have never read those or know what those are, they are big books, like 800 to 1,000 pages per book. So I am not just going through one series. I'm reading 2 series at the same time of that size. And it got to be a lot. And so I actually got halfway through book 4 of each series. So I need to finish Outlander, but there's like 8.5 books out of that, and it's just so much. And there's just like so many other books I want to read more, especially when they're that big. So I need to finish that one. And then Game of Thrones, we actually have the box set downstairs with Nate's books, and I got halfway through that one. But the thing about book 4, I would have finished it, but in this case, book 4, the characters. So the way Game of Thrones works, if you haven't read it, is that it is a multiple POV series, because you never know who's gonna die, who's gonna whatever, so it's just like fair game for everybody. And also with Game of Thrones, there's so many characters, like so many characters that obviously it's hard to just stick to a couple. You have a lot of characters you have to read. So the way book 4 was just all of the, I don't want to say lesser characters, but just not as interesting characters to me. So I got really bored because I just didn't like any of the characters that were in that book. I wanted to get to the next book so that I could read all the fun characters, but I just stopped. And I think I was reading that right before the pandemic hit, and then I just like stopped it. So that's that. I need to finish those. They're just huge books, and I do really have a lot of other books I'd rather read, so they're kind of off on the back burner for now. Okay, so another series that I need to finish, and actually I think my sister's waiting on me to finish it as well. Sorry, Shay. And that is the Maze Runner series. Well, the trilogy. Maze Runner, Scorch Trials, and what's the last one? The Cure? The Death Cure. So I need to read that. I read that one this year, actually, the first one, which I know was like a craze in my early high school, late junior high days. I just didn't get into it then. And I read this one for a Bookopoly. So this was when I was doing Bookopoly, and I did it, my sister read it with me. And I don't know, I just need to finish the series because I haven't done that. I think it's safe to say I can move on to finishing series that are still coming out. So the first of that is going to be the whole ACOTAR series. The first 5 are out. The novella is out. And I don't know whose POV will be next in the series. Probably Asriel's and Elaine's, as the whole series is Feyre and Rhysand, and then Nesta and Cassian. So I would assume it's going to be the other two. So yeah, I don't know. But that first book just came out, or the 5th book just came out, so it's going to be a while before the next one even comes out, and we'll see how that goes when it comes out. So that one I need to finish because I absolutely love the world, love the characters, and it just makes me happy. So I need to finish that one. And then the Fortuna Sworn series will be a 6-book series, and it is still coming out. The 4th book is coming out in December, actually, so less than a month now. Actually, it might have gotten pushed back. It might have gotten pushed back. So, I'm excited for that one. Beautiful Nightmares is coming out. And then the other 2 ones are titled, I'm pretty sure, but I don't remember what they are. So anyway, that I need to finish, which I'm excited about. And of course, the From Blood and Ash series is absolutely up there with my top favorite series. And I need to, I'm already up to date on those. So the War of Two Queens comes out in March. So I'm excited to finally read that one. But before that one comes out, I do want to read A Shadow in the Ember, which is the Flesh and Fire series that just started, which is set like way before From Blood and Ash, in the same world though. So I'm excited for that. But I need to get to it. And currently I'm just finishing up the Zodiac Academy, so book 6, and book 7 is coming out next month. So obviously I'm still catching up on that series. This is a whirlwind of a series. It is really good. I'm excited for the next one to come out. And I have all those are all on Kindle Unlimited. They're free on there, so that's how I've been reading them, which is really awesome. Realmbreaker by Victoria Aveyard just came out in May, and I'm pretty sure she's already finished writing the 2nd book in that series, and it should be coming out like next May, so like in a year. So that's a series that I started and I actually enjoy, and I'm looking forward to the next one. And then I do need to pick up Our Violent Ends, which is the 2nd book in the duology of These Violent Delights, which I am actually excited to pick up and finish. I think that just came out. Yeah, I think it just came out this month or October. I don't remember. Anyway, that's another series. Another series that just came out that I want to keep reading is Amari and the Night Brothers, and that the first book came out in February, so I think the second one's coming out in February as well, and that is, I don't know what it's called, Amari and something, but it's really good. It's middle grade, but it's fantastic, and I'm excited to keep reading that series. And then so many series. I need to finish, well, I can't finish it until it comes out. A Deadly Education. I need to read The Last Graduate, which is the second book, which just came out. So I need to read that one, and then eventually I think the third one will be out someday. There's so many series. I love series. So I think those are the only series that I'm going to finish. Now, if we want to get into graphic novels and manga, then I will say that I do want to finish Dengeki Daisy. I'm like halfway through that one. Love Com, I'll get to eventually. I've read the first one of that. And then The Wings of Fire, so the Dragonette Prophecy series I want to read. Those are my 3 manga graphic novels that I want to read. So, you guys, I think that is it for this video. I know a lot of these are just series that are still coming out, but some of them I just haven't finished for whatever reason. But I think I don't know, I tend to be more of a series reader than I do just typical novels. I don't know why. I think the characters just have so much room for growth and development, and the world building. Like, I just love that, and so I think I'm just drawn more to series. And I know like all of these that I said are still coming out, and so it's hard to even be like, I need to finish these series, because you know what, I can't. Not until they are all out. But I wanted to include them anyway because that made up the majority of this video. I'm very excited. One thing that I've loved about being on BookTube and getting back into just reading everything is that anticipation. My sister always yells at me because I get her started on a series that isn't finished yet. And I just laugh because I love it, because then it's that build for the next book to come out, and you're just so excited. It's just so fun to be back in a world where like you're waiting with a bunch of other people for this book that is just so exciting to come out, and you're just anticipating and theorizing and thinking about it, and I love that so much. It's so much fun. So yeah, I enjoy it. And I know, like I mentioned Game of Thrones earlier, who knows if that series will ever be finished, if he'll ever finish writing them before he dies, who knows. Nate and I are watching the show right now. Typically, I'm usually playing Animal Crossing while I'm watching it, because there's way too much graphic scenes, gore, and otherwise, and I just need to keep my eyes occupied. But like, I actually like the books more, just because I don't have to visualize it as bad. So yeah, that's it. Those are all the series I've read. Have you read any of these series? Have you finished any of these series? Do you have series that you haven't finished and need to? Let me know down below. Did you DNF them? Did you just get bored? Let me know. If you want to follow me on any other social media, I'm on Instagram and Goodreads, and I will link those down below for you. And if you haven't already, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope you guys have an awesome week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!